In a quiet village in ancient China, there lived a young boy named Li. He was gentle and kind, but he struggled with a problem that weighed on him daily. Li couldn't stop thinking about the bad things that had happened to him in the past. Every time someone said something unkind to him, he would dwell on it, replaying the words over and over in his mind. Because of his overthinking, Li found it hard to make friends and struggled to concentrate on his schoolwork or the tasks he had to do at home. His mind was always occupied with old memories, preventing him from enjoying the present. One day, an elder from the village noticed Li's troubled expression and suggested he visit a wise Zen monk in a nearby village. The elder believed the monk could help Li find peace. Li took the elder's advice and went to see the Zen monk. He explained how his constant overthinking was making his life difficult. The monk listened carefully and nodded without speaking. Then, the monk stood up and left the room, leaving Li alone and wondering what would happen next. After a few moments, the monk returned holding a glass of water. "How heavy is this glass?" the monk asked. Li thought for a second and answered, "Not very heavy." The monk smiled and asked, "If I hold this glass for an hour, what would happen?" "It would start to feel heavier," Li replied. The monk nodded and continued, "What if I held it for an entire day?" Li answered, "Your arm would begin to ache." "Exactly," the monk said. "But did the weight of the glass change?" "No," said Li, "it stayed the same." The monk smiled. "So how can I stop the pain?" Li thought for a moment and said, "By putting the glass down." The monk nodded again. "Our worries are like this glass of water. At first they seem light, but the longer we hold on to them, the heavier they feel. The secret is to let them go and focus on the present." Li understood the monk's message. He realized that he had been carrying the weight of his past troubles for far too long. From that day forward, whenever Li found himself overthinking, he remembered the lesson of the glass of water and began to release his worries. Slowly, he felt lighter, happier, and more at peace.